Well, we made it to Westport. Today is the first daylight razor clam dig of 2025, and it is windy and miserable out. Windy and miserable. It's cold, so I think it's like the high today is supposed to be 46, but with the wind coming in, they say that it feels like 36. So I got my waders on, my wading boots, my vest. I'm getting ready to put my rain jacket on, cut the wind, and I'm gonna go see if I can't get my clams. We get 15 clams per person per day, and that's about all you really want to clean in a day. So when my wife and I go and we both get our limits, I'm pretty maxed out at 30. So I'm gonna catch my 15 today, hopefully, and then tomorrow there's another day dig around 4:30 in the afternoon. So low tide today is 2:30ish, and it's 12:30 now. People are already following the tide out, and the surf is pretty heavy too, so I'll see if I can get some shots of that as well. Well, I don't know if we can see that surf, but it's pretty bad. I think the report is 12 foot seas. Looks a little bigger than that, probably 20 some foot seas. Got my 15 clams. Didn't get much video on the beach because the wind noise really sucked. So gonna go find a place to clean my clams now. Not as many people out here today as normally, but I understand why. It only takes a real dedicated outdoors person to get out here today, so. But there's still thousands of people out here, and there'll be more tomorrow if the weather's nice. So I'm gonna hang out in town and get something to eat, clean my clams, go check my crab pot, maybe throw a line in the water. Here's the meat from 30 clams. These are the necks and the wing part. These are the diggers. So that's the foot that digs down in. These are fatty, really delicious, fried up. These ones you can make clam strips with, or these ones I like putting in the clam chowder.
Well, good morning. Augie and I are sleeping in the truck. It's day 2 of Westport clam digging. The wind has died down, but it's raining. So, well, there was a little bit of wind. So maybe we'll get a double today, wind and rain. So we're gonna get up and go find some breakfast.
Well, it's 10:30. We can start clam digging about 2 o'clock when the tide really starts going out. As you can see in some of the footage this morning, the surf is really pounding hard. The wind's not blowing as bad as it was yesterday, but it's raining, and there's a storm off the coast somewhere because that surf is really pounding. I'm just sitting here in the truck waiting out my time. It's too wet and windy for me to even try to surf perch fish. The surf is pounding way too heavy for all that. I don't want to get sucked out into it. So I'm sitting down here by the marina where I have a crab pot in the water. Checked it first thing this morning. Little baby crab fell out of the bottom as I got it to the surface. No adults. So here in the state of Washington, you can keep 6 Dungeness They have to measure 6 inches from edge to edge with a little gauge. And they have to be males, no females. There's a rock crab also that you can keep either sex, and they have to measure 5 inches. But I haven't ever caught any of those yet. So here in Westport, on one of these slips, you can throw your crab pots off. A lot of times people will take crab nets and they will sit down there with their crab nets, drop them down, let them soak for a half hour to an hour, and then pull them up, and it keeps crabs from jumping out. Net just kind of lifts up and makes a basket, and that's how they do it. I use a crab cage or crab pot so I can let it soak longer and have it not have to be manned while it's in the water. They can crawl in, but they can't get out until I go and check the pot. Yesterday I got a female, undersized female, in my trap after 3 or 4 hours of soaking. Everybody I've talked to, they have just been getting babies, no adults as well. So just something to do. Sit here in the truck. Me and Augie are sitting in the truck watching it rain. Well, the wind's not as bad today, and the raining seems to have stopped, so it may not be as miserable. I thought that the rain wasn't quite as bad as it was yesterday, but I was wrong. It's actually colder today. The surge out in the sea is not that bad, but the wind's coming from the north today, which makes it cold. It's actually coming from northwest, so it's coming off the cold ocean, and it's really cold out there. But I'm parked in my spot, different location than yesterday. I think it's probably about the same location that I used last year. Augie and I just walked down to the water's edge and saw a lot of shows in the sand. So once we can start going down there and start digging, I'll keep an eye on everybody else, because I don't want to start too early. I don't know if there is an actual start time, but I know about 2 hours before low tide is when I usually start digging. But it's going to be a good day. It's always a good day when you can get outside and do something new, or just do something that you like doing. And I like digging clams. These razor clams are fun. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. Yesterday it took 2 hours, but it was still fun, even though it was cold and the weather was bad. And here we are, completed, ready for the freezer. So again, this is the feet, or the digger, and this is the necks and the side wings. A lot more meat on the necks and the wing things.